Hey everybody, welcome to the June 2022 Akashic Forecast, aka the report from the field. My name is Justin. I'm an Akashic consultant. I help bring people into their Akashic Record for insight and guidance. If you want to know more about what that means, please stay tuned for the full report. It's quite a doozy, which includes our spiritual channels opening in June, because there's a lot of energy on the rise that makes our channels open. Along with that is an invitation to play with energetic protection, as well as lighthearted fun, even though we might be feeling crappy, and sharing the richness of our long-term connections. So stay tuned for the full report. All right, welcome to the full report for June 2022. Again, my name is Justin. I'm an Akashic consultant. I help bring people into their Akashic Record for deep insight and guidance for anything going on in this life. If you don't know what the Akashic Record is, very briefly, it is the imprint that everything makes in consciousness. So all of the activity of consciousness, which is truly everything that happens, records itself into consciousness. It's sort of like how a computer records everything that happens in the computer. It's completely neutral. The computer doesn't care what is happening. It just automatically records it all. And so we can go in and look at this information to get a better picture and a deeper understanding of what's happening in our lives. So for this report, for this Akashic Forecast, there are a few key themes coming up that I want to share with you. And the first has to do with an effect of all of this rising energy on the planet. One of those effects is that it causes or triggers those of us with a strong spiritual channel to have that channel open. And in June, that's on the menu. There's going to be spiritual channel opening for a lot of us in June. And what does that look like? What does that mean? So they're asking me to describe to you what are some of the signs that your channel is opening. So one is that you feel a lot more intuitive. You are just feeling or getting knowings about things that you may not have ever felt before. It can look like sometimes you suddenly have a bird's eye view on your life or on the world, and you get a download about what's going on. And it's not like you asked for it, it just comes. And it can also look like seeing things that you don't normally see. For some of us, it's called clairvoyance. Or sometimes clairsentience, which is to feel things that aren't there. Clairvoyance is to see things that normally we don't see. So you might see ancestors in dreams, or your spirit guides in dreams, or even in the waking state. It could even include like seeing people's energy or their aura. These are things that I personally don't know so much about, but they're saying to me that could be true for some of you. So what to do when our channel is opening like this? There's beautiful gifts that come along with it and some challenges that come along with it. So in terms of the gifts, one of the big invitations they're saying to me is to use this time, this opening, to be creative, to treat it like a visitation from the muse. So write poetry, write songs, create dances, create paintings and art. This is a great time to dust off any creative hobby that you've always wanted to try or put down once and want to pick back up. So go for it in the month of June. It will really help move any energy that's flowing through the channel, and will help the channel feel aligned, strong. So when the channel's open, it should be consciously worked with. The other is about feeling out of balance. So this is some of the challenge stuff. When the channel is open, we can feel a little bit unlike ourselves, like energetically. Maybe we feel like lightheaded or dizzy or really tired or spacey. And the main invitation they've been giving me is to walk around barefoot, like I am right now. Haha. So it's a beautiful time of year if you're in the northern hemisphere. And so walking around on the grass, on the beach, or even in your house without shoes on really helps when our channel feels really open. The other invitation around this is having to do with nourishing the spiritual channel. So like I said earlier, being creative can do that. They're saying in particular in June, looking at the play of light on water is really beneficial to the spiritual channel in the month of June. Literally, that means going to the nearest body of water, an ocean like where I am right now, or a lake or a river or a pond, and just watch the light dance on the water. Nothing more. Intentionally just sit there, be still, and drink in that beauty, that miracle of the light dancing on the water, especially in the morning or in the late afternoon and evening. If you're on the West Coast, you get to see that at the ocean. And if you don't have a body of water accessible to you that easily, they're saying even just putting water in a bowl and putting that bowl outside and sitting and looking at it, or on the windowsill, or even a glass of water on the windowsill and watching how the light illuminates the water. Again, just spend 5-10 minutes looking at that. That is really important apparently in the month of June. All right, theme number 2. It has to do with, again, all this energy on the rise in the planet, which is also opening up our channel. This is about playing with protection energy, or energetic protection. So when there's a lot of energy flying and our channel is open, it can be very easy to get off kilter, to see or receive things that you don't want, maybe even things that scare you. And so in June, there's a great opportunity to play with energetic protection. What does that mean? That means you can visualize an energetic shield around yourself, or even use a protection prayer to bring more protection energy to your day. So in terms of visualizing, the records have been showing me the Merkabah. So if you don't know what that is, I invite you to Google that. If you've been in sessions with me, you might have received the Merkabah in the session. It is 2 pyramids, 3-sided pyramids. One is inverted and they're superimposed. It is an indestructible geometric shape. In the world of spiritual geometry, it's a very commonly introduced geometric shape, the Merkabah. But again, if you don't know what that is, just Google it. There's even Merkabah meditations and books about it. And all they're saying you need to do is just visualize that this shape is in your sphere, in your presence, and that you are in the center of it. That you walk around with this Merkabah all around you. You can literally just visualize it once and intend that it's there, and it will be there, they're saying. If that doesn't speak to you, they're saying you can even visualize a mountain, in particular what's called the Iron Mountain. So the Iron Mountain is an image of being, of the totality of being that comes from Eastern culture. And it is an image that represents the indestructibleness of being and the fathomlessness of being. So you can literally visualize an iron mountain and that you are at the center of it. This will also protect you energetically. If that doesn't speak to you, they're also offering the whole earth, the earth itself, as an object of visualization to protect you. You can visualize yourself at the center of the earth, and that the earth's protective layers are all around you. Any of these will protect you and help you stay in your own signature, your own energy signature, as opposed to being bombarded by what's around you. Another is to do an outside influences prayer. And if you've been in a session with me, you might have already learned this prayer, but I'm going to give it to you again now because they're saying this is going to be very helpful in the month of June. So these are the words. If what I am experiencing is not mine, may Source have her shield around me so that I may release whatever it may be to her for the highest good of myself and others. I'll say that again. If what I am experiencing is not mine, may Source have her shield around me so that I may release whatever it may be to her for the highest good of myself and others. All right, and for theme number 3, you'll like this one, lighthearted fun. Lighthearted fun is definitely strongly invited in June, even though things might feel intense at times. They're saying that June's really strong for socializing, dancing, laughing, having fun, and even if you're feeling like crap, they're saying go for it anyway. So if you get an invitation to a picnic or a party or a gathering, go for it. It's a great time, especially if it's outside. And if it is, you know what to do, barefoot. There will be days, they're saying, where you're going to feel a bit crappy when our energy channel is more open and there's a lot of influences. It can just knock us off. And and they're saying, don't take it too personal. Don't take it too seriously. You can still enjoy the lighthearted energy of June, even if on certain days you don't feel that way, or if others around you are feeling particularly heavy or unhappy. It's okay to be lighthearted with them anyway. It's a really nice balance to bring to the shadowier stuff that can come up. And again, to not take it too serious, not to deny, but to also not indulge and take it too serious. And then the last theme, the 4th theme for June, is about sharing and cherishing our long-term connections. They keep showing me this image of family or friends getting together and looking at photo albums and enjoying and cherishing the long journey that we've all been on over the past few years or even decades. They're saying that it's going to lay a foundation for what's coming next. I don't know quite what that is. They're not saying what that is, but they're saying if you have the opportunity to open up a photo album with family members and reminisce about the big journey you've all been on as a family, or with long-term friends to do that as well, it would really be beneficial. And so dust off those photo albums or take out the digital version and sit together in person, they're saying, not just posting something on Facebook, but like sit together in person and reminisce. They're also saying if you can do that on like social media, that's also a nice thing to do, but to do something more intimate is what they're asking us to indulge in today and for the month of June. All right, so those are the 4 themes for June 2022. Again, my name is Justin. If you have any questions about what I do with clients privately or about my Akashic Circles, you can check out all the info on those below in the video description. So I wish you a beautiful month, and I'll see you next time. All right, take care. Bye-bye.